For a lot of people, one of the scariest parts of leaving a traditional job isn't the income uncertainty, it's losing health insurance. And honestly, the fear is legitimate. Health insurance as a self-employed person is expensive, confusing, and the options feel overwhelming. But here's the thing. It's not as impossible as it may seem once you understand what's available to you. Let's walk through your real options. Welcome back to the Cash Grab podcast from Benchmark Ledger Solutions. I'm Kimmy. Today we're talking about personal health insurance for self-employed business owners. Specifically, the options available to you and how to think about finding coverage that doesn't destroy your personal budget. So let's go through the main options one by one. Your first option, the health insurance market. This is healthcare.gov or your state's equivalent if you're in a state that runs its own exchange. Since you're self-employed, your business income counts as your household income for subsidiary calculations, which could really not be helpful as a business owner, I'm sure you know. And depending on what you make, you may qualify for premium tax credits that significantly reduce your monthly cost. If you are, it is always worth taking them. The open enrollment window is typically November through January, but losing job-based coverage qualifies you for special enrollment period. There are a couple other things like getting married, having kids, stuff like that. So you can get on the marketplace anytime if you're newly self-employed. This is the most common path for many business owners because it is the most affordable. Option 2, a spouse or partner's plan. If your spouse or domestic partner has an employer-sponsored insurance plan, getting on their plan is almost always the cheapest and the easiest route. Becoming self-employed typically qualifies as a life event, but it does depend on the insurance company, so you can usually join their plan outside of open enrollment, and it's worth a conversation if this applies to you. Option 3, COBRA. If you recently left a job, you can continue your former employer's coverage for up to 18 months through COBRA. Downside is you're now paying the full premium, including what your employer used to pay. So this can be twice as much, even 3, 4, 5 times as much as you're used to paying for health insurance. But it's a useful bridge if you're in between options or waiting for marketplace enrollment. Option 4 is health sharing plans. These are not insurance, they're cost-sharing arrangements between members. Usually they're faith-based or community-based. They can be significantly cheaper, but they do have limitations. Pre-existing conditions may not be covered. They're not regulated the same way that insurance is because it's simply a fund, and your protection is less guaranteed because of it. They work for some people, but go in it with your eyes open. And only do it if you have a very good understanding of this community and their culture. Option 5, freelancer union and professional associations. Some trade associations, freelance organizations, and Chamber of Commerce offer group health plans to members. These can sometimes get you closer to employer group rates, and it's worth checking out before you go to the open insurance plan if you belong to an industry association. Here's the big picture. Health insurance is a legitimate personal expense for self-employed people, and the premiums are typically deductible. We'll cover the tax angle in more detail in our August episodes, but that deduction softens the blow more than people realize. Here's today's grab. Start with the marketplace at healthcare.gov. Check what subsidies you qualify for based on your income, and you might be pleasantly surprised if you're able to write off a lot of things on your income taxes. If a spouse or partner has employer coverage, explore that first. It is almost always cheaper than going by yourself. And lastly, self-employed health insurance premiums are typically tax deductible. Factor that in when you're weighing the real cost of your options. Cash Grab is from Benchmark Ledger Solutions. Questions about health insurance premiums affecting your tax picture? That's exactly the kind of thing our team helps clients think through. Visit us at www.benchmarkledgersolutions.com. Next time we're covering disability insurance, the coverage that almost every new business owner skips, and that's exactly why it's a mistake. See you Monday.